Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Barely D&D, a sort of Dungeons & Dragons podcast. My name is Landon, and I play Bazz in the campaign. You are about to jump into part 2 of episode, it's episode 13, but part 2 of the last week's episode, Playing with Fire. We typically don't do part 1 or part 2s, but a few of the cast has come down with the coronavirus, so we haven't been able to record, so we're splitting it up to keep up with our weekly upload schedule. If you would like to consider supporting us through these trying times, you can do so on Patreon. The link for that is going to be in the episode description or the podcast description. It's going to be somewhere. But with that, we're not going to have a recap of last week. We're just going to assume that you listened to it, and if you didn't, shame on you. I'm just kidding. I hope you enjoy the episode. Let us know what you think, and hopefully you'll take a look at that Patreon. All right, thank you so much.
Should we camp at the river?
Is it typically a good idea to camp at the around a river, Tello, or?
Okay, so you guys are riding into, and Tello pulls on the reins a little bit. I assume you guys match up. And as you slow a pace, you get to where you can hear each other talking, and he goes, well, it's nice to be near a source of water. It can draw other people as well, but sometimes that's either a good or a bad thing. But it's nice to be near water. Easy to bathe, easy to drink, sometimes fish. Mm-hmm. As you all are having this conversation, could whoever wants to make a perception check?
Me, I will.
I love doing checks.
Where my dice is. Can I make it the perception
When did
check?
I mark this sheet of paper?
I got a 13.
What?
I got a 20.
Holy crap.
A nat 20?
Yeah, I got
Also, can I see your pencil? I just want to erase
Wait,
something.
hold on.
It's
Wait,
already-
I might have a negative on here.
I'm sorry.
Let me check. Perception.
Wait, when you roll a 20, a nat 20 modifiers don't apply, right?
Well, so just as a quick rule,
oh wait,
'cause the nat 20
this one
rule
has an
can-
eraser.
Thank you. As the nat 20 rule can be confusing. Nat 20s are technically a homebrew rule in the first place, but they're fun and they make things more fun. So in general, how I'm going to rule on nat 20s is in combat, a nat 20 is a crit, so it means you get to double damage. That's awesome. In general, in ability checks, 1 is a critical failure. There's no rule for that either, but it makes things both funny and also very dramatic. A nat 20 on ability checks in general, it does not mean an automatic success because DCs still apply. And it does not mean that you don't apply modifiers. So modifiers can still change things. I like to respect the spirit of a nat 20 because it's fun. So in general, I like to give people things when they have a nat 20. But if a modifier significantly pulls it down, I'm going to let it affect it as well as brings it up. And there's technically no critical success on an ability check, not in the way that I rule the standards. So what did you get?
I got a 23.
Yeah, you did. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Anyone who got above a 15, you can notice what I'm about to say. But Craig, you definitely do. As Tello and Bazz are having this conversation and Gretta listening, you look over everyone's shoulders, or I guess you're short. You look in between their torsos and you notice off in the distance, maybe like a quarter mile down, there's a light at the edge of the river. It looks like a firelight, maybe like a quarter mile off down the way of the river, just slowly burning in the distance.
I think we should go.
You notice.
Oh, tell him.
Yeah.
There's a firelight over there. Do you see that?
So there is, yes.
Should we stay away from it? I don't want to come across.
Oh, you have a spyglass, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
You can use it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Bazz, do you say anything as this is happening? I'm just checking. Not trying to exclude.
Well, the spyglass doesn't see things you want it to.
Come on, Bazz. Oh yeah,
It's
sorry,
different.
Greta is still very shaken.
Okay.
Greta is still very, not talking a whole lot.
Okay. Do you pull out the spyglass? You don't have to. I'm just asking.
It's not gonna do anything though.
No. Greta can do whatever she wants. I'm just giving you the
Yeah, I'm gonna
opportunity.
pull it out and give it to Tello.
Okay. As she does that, as you say to him, Bazz, it doesn't see what, and he's like, I don't understand. Oh my goodness! And he sort of recoils a bit. He goes, lifts it up to his eye, lowers it, lifts it, and lowers it.
You act
What?
like you've never seen a magical.
I haven't.
Pulled that out of the sea.
Oh,
It's
really?
I mean, I've seen the magic item, but I've never seen one that does this.
it's
He
from
just recloses it, hands it back to you. That's wild. Yeah, you're right. That's not going to help.
I think we should go say hi.
I
I
don't think that.
don't-
We learned our
what if-
lesson last time.
I'll tell you what. I'm a pretty sneaky individual. If you all want to remain here for a bit, I can go check and come back.
This
I'm
sounds
worried
like
about
the
your
Hobbit.
safety.
I mean, if you all want, you can stay.
Hoot twice like a barn owl if you need help.
And he just puts a finger on his nose and points it toward you, and he goes, "Look, if you all want, you can stay 500 feet behind me, just to watch. But really, I'm good at this." He just winks at you, Craig. And he
Okay.
slides down off the horse behind you, and he gets down in the grass. I mean, you can make an insight check if you want. It didn't.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay.
I look at Greta. I'm
Okay.
like, he winked at me.
And he gets down in the grass and he gets really low and he like begins like sort of like walking slowly away.
Now who's the weird one for
Say, I'll come
crawling?
with you.
Still definitely you.
I said, I'll come with you.
And he goes,
I can do it.
Bazz, do you have... Never mind. Greta's gonna curl up next to a rock. Is there a rock?
well,
Perception for
do you
rock.
get off the horse?
Yes,
No.
please.
Okay. So you slide down off the horse, you poof into the grass. Perception check.
Rock check.
Someone does probably need to stay with the horses.
Rocks.
13.
Unless we want to go back
I
and
don't
buy
see any
more.
rocks. Looks like a pretty open field.
I'll be your rock.
Okay. So Greta and Bazz remain nearby the horses. I'm sorry,
Dwayne
Greta
The
and
Rock
Craig.
Johnson.
Bazz, you and Tello sort of move off into the grass. I'd like you to make I can make the stealth check for Tello, and I'd like you to make a stealth check
Okay.
for Bazz. You Tello do it.
You did a rock check, right? Did you do a Dwayne The Rock Johnson check?
Okay. What'd you
I
Roll
got
for
13.
The rock.
Okay.
Roll for Dwayne.
So as Tello and Bazz are moving away, you see Bazz for a way, but for whatever it's worth, you see Tello walking away. The light is dimming, but you see him. Then it gets about 60 yards out, and after that, you don't see Tello. He just kind of like there's a moment where it gets a little like, oh, there, no, where'd he go? And he's wearing darker clothes than Bazz, but I mean, he really disappears after a bit. Bazz, you're trailing behind. You guys continue for quite some way in this, and you keep an eye on him, but it's worth noting, as you watch Tello, you remark a couple things. Holy cow, he's light of foot. And even though he's watching in front of him, it's like his feet instinctively know where not to step in the grasses as you guys are moving forward. And he's working at this height where he's like not forcing himself to use too much of his quads as he bends over, but he's still bending down enough that you can see where he wouldn't be in someone's immediate eyesight. And you can see how his dark clothes begin to pull him into shadow. Like, this is a stealthy individual. And you guys continue on for like maybe like as you get closer, you realize the quarter-mile estimate was definitely a bit of an overestimate. It's more like 1,000 feet. And you guys get about 500 feet forward. He stops briefly and he gets back to you a bit and he goes, Bazz, I don't mean to be rude, but you're being pretty loud.
I can
right
stay
now.
here if you want to go on
Do you mind
ahead.
If I go ahead. Yeah, just take a
Okay.
rest.
Oh, thank you.
but,
Thank you.
I don't know. Stick your staff up so I don't lose you in the
Okay.
grass.
I like raise it up in the air.
And he just says in Elven really quickly, wish me luck. And he sort of goes further out into the darkness. And he disappears for quite some time, maybe like 4 minutes, after he leaves your visual sight. And then after a while, slowly but surely, you see a figure emerge from the grass. And this time he's walking just upright. And as he gets back to about you, he goes, maybe like 8 minutes later, he goes, let's go get our friends. It's safe.
Okay. Well, who was it? What was there?
There are people fleeing from La
Okay.
Libre. They've made camp.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
If you want, you can go ahead and head over, or you can wait for us in case you're still concerned. I see the logic in both.
Honestly, I am really tired. I'm just gonna stay here and wait for y'all to come back.
Sure. Again, hold the staff
Okay.
up so we don't lose
Okay.
you in the grass. And so eventually, after a while, Tello reemerges from the darkness, and the sunset is fading very dramatically now. It's gorgeous, but it's getting
Dramatic sunset.
It gets to that time of evening where it gets real dark real fast. You know what I mean? And so, as right when I looked at you, you were going like that. I wasn't expecting it, so I looked over. Your whole face was down. I was like, oh. So it begins fading into a very dark navy that's turning into like a true black in the night. And almost all the light has dipped out of the horizon. And so Tello just grabs the reins and starts walking back with the horses. Eventually, you guys catch up with Bazz. Bazz, have you fallen asleep?
No, I'm not asleep. I think the fire woke
Okay.
me up enough
Alrighty,
to where
so-
I'm like,
Okay.
I'm awake.
So he just passes by you, Bazz. You get up and move with your staff, and eventually you guys move to the edge of a fire. From about 100 feet away, you can start making out the individuals. Much greater detail as you get closer. So there is a campfire going, pretty well made. It's in between a bunch of stones, and this group has made their camp because the grasses end maybe 40 feet out from the shoreline of the river. Itself appears to be like maybe 20, 30 feet wide, 25, 30 feet wide. You can't tell how deep it is, but it's moving at like it's got a pace to it, but it's not too fast. And it's almost kind of hard to differentiate the water from the grass as it's getting so dark, but you can hear it. You can hear the of it moving by, and you can smell the water and the sort of earthen scent you get from moist earth nearby a river. And the group is in between the two. So there may be like 20 feet in between on bare soil, and they've set up a campfire in between some stones, and there's a larger rock near one of them that one of them is leaning up against. And there's 3 people. There is a man, a human man. He looks maybe like late 20s, early 30s. And then there is a dwarven woman. She has the visual appearance of maybe like, mid 30s. Again, with dwarves, it's harder to tell because they can be much older, but she has that visual appearance. And they're sitting right next to each other. And the man has a large cloak that's around both of them. And she's like sort of pressed up into his side. She has auburn ginger hair with streaks of a lighter color in it that's pulled into 2 buns in the back that look like haphazard, but still kind of nice. And she has bright green eyes, light pale skin, red freckles all down either cheek, a little button nose, thick red lips. And she has on very simple leathers. And she's just got her arms crossed, and she's got a head laid on his shoulder. Well, his like arm, because she's only so tall. And he has very dark brown skin, broad nose, thick lips. He has this regal beard that's very well trimmed and comes out to about here off of his face. It tapers down into more of a square, and he's completely bald on the top of his head. He has dark brown eyes. And he is also wearing very simple, common clothes, not quite burlap, but, cotton and some layered vestments. And across from that pair, and they have their bags and their goods around them. They're all nearby the fire. And across from that pair, leaning against the rock, is a woman. She looks like she's maybe in her mid-70s. She has wrinkles all over her face. A few... what are the spots? What do you call them? The spots that you get on your skin when you're older?
Sunspots?
No, it's not kidney spots. It's
Pancreas spots?
well,
Skin cancer.
we'll call. Oh my goodness! We'll call them sunspots.
Okay.
Is it liver spots? I forget what it's called. There's another term for it. We'll call it sunspots, and we're not going to call it skin cancer. Holy crap, Abby!
That's a normal thing.
So
that happens to people all the time.
She has sunspots on her skin,
Okay.
and her,
She should get that checked out.
fingers look a bit older and more fresh. No one in your time knows about skin cancer, okay? And she has pale silver hair that freezes down around her shoulders. And she has a very thin nose. She has lovely features, if sagging a bit in her age. And she has light brown eyes, thin brows, a very wide face that pulls down into a little pointy chin. And she has on also very common clothes. She's much shorter, and she's up against the rock. She's opposed, like opposite them, but it doesn't look like an uncomfortable position, just a distance away, sitting on the other side. And they're both watching the fire. And as you all approach, all 3 of them look up at you all, and Tello just smiles and waves up at them, and the couple like smile and wave, and the old woman looks up, and she's got a warm enough expression, not an outward greeting, but she just nods, and you get the feeling that Tello has probably talked to them as you all were approaching. And as you guys get closer, you can see that there's a very large gash over the old lady's forehead. There's a bunch of stained blood, and you know how like when older people break skin, it takes longer for stuff to heal. Mm-hmm. So there's just a very dark bruise all across one side of her forehead. But there's a bandage that's been placed over half of it around her head. And she just like sort of waves, and the 4 of you approach the 3 of them, and the horses like to a stop, and Tello greets them all, and he says something in Unsinian. He basically like waves and says, "De l'enfant falando machene ata la poisson." And the woman from the couple responds on something, and they nod, and then he gestures to you all, and he says, "This is my traveling party. The fun guys, right? We're the fun guys."
Yes, that's right. Mm-hmm. That's who we are.
Les fans du temps, fun guys. And he sort of gestures to you all, and everyone like smiles and gets weird expressions, but nods. And he says, "They have said that we can join them and sit by their fire."
Do they not know anything other than Ensign? Can we not If we talk to them, will they not understand us?
At this point, the man responds, "Oh no, we speak the common tongue."
Okay. I just didn't know.
It's all right. Your Inu's valid question.
What are y'all's names?
It's just easier. Hello, I am Tador. The man waves, and the dwarven woman says, "I am Falana." And the older woman against the stone says, Yantira. And Tador says, please come, lay your burdens down. Everyone could use a fire. And Tello begins pulling things off of the horses and setting up next to
Even though it's a very basic, oh, come on, sit. It means so much to Craig right now.
Okay.
And he's just like, and he goes and he sits, he just kind of plops down and he's just like,
Where do you sit in Hubai?
Are there logs? Or it's just ground?
There's one big rock, a lot of open area. Everyone's laid their bags out in sections. So if it was a circle, it would be here's the general area. Here's the rock on one side. The old lady's here. The couple's here. And the fire's in the middle there is about. And then the water's off this way. And the grass is this
Where are
way.
we?
So you guys have approached about right here.
Okay.
Which is doing so much for our audio listeners.
I know, I was just thinking.
Wow, circles and
This is the diagram.
Oh, wow.
I
squiggles.
don't even know
I
if
can
you
see it. I can see it.
Oh, there you go.
I'm just gonna sit
You don't have to be super exact.
I don't know, by the fire,
Okay.
near it, not far away like they are, but
Okay,
closer.
so you almost sit kind of closer. Okay, halfway in between.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tello puts down his bags kind of closer to the couple and does a sort of intermediary thing where he's halfway toward you and halfway toward them. Bazz.
I want to ask.
Well, actually, Tello gets up really quickly and takes the two horses' bridles and ties them off, takes a bit of length of rope, ties them together, and wraps it around the rock and ties it off there so that the horses have some room to go and they have room to get grass, room to get to the water. He puts on 40 feet of rope on it almost, but they're still tied
Thanks,
nearby.
Tello.
And he leaves them where they are. Yeah.
No,
Yes.
thank you so much. Sorry, I jumped in there.
No, it's all right. Party, right?
Yeah.
And he goes and sits halfway in between. Where do you sit, Gretta? and Bazz?
I'm gonna walk up to. I'm gonna kind of walk very slowly and quietly up to the old lady,
Okay.
and I'm gonna
She acknowledges you as you approach.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of reach my hand out, and I'm gonna cast Healing Word on her.
Okay, so you get your hand kind of near, and she gets a weird expression and moves back a little bit. How do you cast your spell?
Can you cast her?
There's no pressure, and I can describe it. I'm just healing words at
Let
first
me
level.
think. Let me
Oh, okay.
She has spell slot.
think. I'm thinking.
Well, and you don't have to if you don't
What
want.
I
Just
wanna think. I don't have a good way to do it, but I think I do it very quietly, and I'm still very shaken and very meek. So I'm just gonna very quietly cast a spell.
Okay.
What are you
So,
ready?
just very quietly under your breath, a separate note, don't worry about it, just for me, a separate note, you just reach up and you touch her symbol and she looks kind of concerned. And as you pull it out, a really dark, haunting looking light surrounds her hand. She looks slightly confused. And the couple across the way, gets a slightly concerned expression on your face. But as you mutter your incantation, you speak your healing word quietly under your breath. And the skin on her head regains its more natural color. She sort of reaches up and touches her head and says, thank you. That was kind, stranger. Please come. She just pats the ground next to her.
Okay, so I'm gonna sit down next to her.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit and kind of slouch and lay down next to her.
Okay, so you lean up against the rock. Your head comes up to, she's small, but your head still only comes up to about her shoulder. So you're leaned up next to her. Bazz, where do you go and sit?
I go sit next to Craig.
Okay, so Bazz plops down right next to you.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are seated there for a moment, and the human man, Tador, says, what brings you all coming this way? From what area of La Libre are you?
We're travelers. We came to gosh, I just forgot to say the word.
It's okay.
Port Lisbon.
Port Resplandison.
Yeah. We came from there, and now we're traveling towards where most people are going away from the war.
Towards
Yeah.
La Libre?
Yeah, so we're trying to get over there because we're on a mission from Le Pont Mauvais. And
Oh, wow.
so we are heading that way, which might be a little dangerous, but we're doing what we gotta do.
Well, with a hammer that big, you can handle yourself, huh? He points toward the
hope.
huge hammer sitting behind you.
Which is, by the way, kind of weighty. I mean, Craig's strong,
Yeah,
but
you're
I'm
feeling the weight on
tired.
your back. It's
Yeah.
also, it's been like we've talked about in the past. You were sort of like retired a bit. You weren't working as hard as you were in your youth, and you still have a lot of that muscle. But like, it's an unfamiliar. You can feel the soreness in your back from carrying the hammer that long. Yeah.
Occasionally, Craig will like bench it and like out of practice. Right?
Gotcha, yeah.
But anyways,
And he simply says,
All right. Well, respect to you, I guess. We don't have to press any farther.
no. Well, what's y'all's story? How'd y'all end up over here?
and he just looks toward the dwarven woman next to him. She looks up at him and nods for a moment, and they both just stare at the fire for a second without saying anything. And then the woman says, "We are from one of these smaller agricultural communities near the capital, and we are fleeing." Not a lot else to say, I guess.
Do you know how far away the Kefkins are?
She's like kind of playing with a rock in front of her, and she says, "I mean, we left 4 days ago. I don't know now. Behind us.
Okay.
I'm sure they've taken the capital."
Yeah. Okay.
And there's just, just pause and wait
There's
there.
just a heaviness.
Yeah. Does anyone else do or say anything?
I fall asleep pretty
Bazz, you're
quickly.
sitting next to me.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Bazz just sort of right next to you, Craig. I assume, Bazz, do you even get your bedroll out, or do you just
I think
fall
I
asleep on your bag?
I definitely put it out there and I sit on it to be more comfortable.
Okay. So Craig pulls out the bedroll, or Bazz, and he's just out pretty fast.
Okay.
I'm gonna go put my feet in the water. Like
Okay.
I'm gonna go walk over to this river and like just play around in it. Not play, but
I
like
got you, yeah.
explore it.
So Greta, you stand up, you walk away. The old lady looks confused. You start walking toward the river, but she looks like kind of momentarily to Tello and Craig, and as both of them seem unfazed, she just kind of makes nothing of it and looks back to the fire. As you start walking across the ground, you get closer to the river and you get to like the edge of the riverbed, and the moist earth begins to press out fluid as your foot pushes down into it as you get close enough, and the water's invaded the ground near the river, and you can smell the coolness of the river. And while the air has worked all the way down to its nightly temperature of like maybe 60, the water is much cooler, at probably maybe 45, 40. So as you get your feet into it, you can feel the coldness, but even though it's just on the verge of being uncomfortably cold, it's still quite relieving as it's cool. Do you want me to point to the river really quickly?
No, I think I see it. It's the
Okay.
big. I guess.
It's the one nearest to Port Resplendissant that runs from La Main Libre.
Yeah. Is
Okay.
it? Are we at like the big part or the part where there's two?
You guys are at one of the splitting sections. Not that you would necessarily know that.
Yeah.
But, and as you get your feet into the water, it rushes over your toes, and it's that cool, rapid feeling of suddenly encountering another physical medium that's strange. And now, as you look at it, now that the lights have transferred and it's turned into the cool, cold night, light of night. Hold on, actually, I won. There we go. And you stand with your feet in the water. You can actually see the river better than you could maybe half an hour ago, because it's reflecting starlight and moonlight, and you can see the many thousands of little smearing lines of light in the rush and the dance of the water. But you can also see two distinct portions, as amorphous as they are at their edges and moving back and forth. You can see the reflection of Yalabrin's two moons, Tuilo and Tuila, one larger, one smaller. And if you look up, you can see them clearly enough in the sky. They're always, sometimes they come very close toward the end of the year, but here in the middle of the year, they're very far apart. And they're at these opposite positions in the sky, and the water is cold in front of you and rushing. It's a marked peace compared to the events of the last few hours. Do you do anything else as you stand there?
think so. I think I'm just gonna enjoy the water for a little bit.
Okay.
I have something I want to do.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out my diary.
Okay, Craig, you pull out the small brown leather book.
Also, can I clarify that there's like a pen, like a feathered pen inside, or do I have to?
It's gonna be a
Like-
bit ahead of the technology. We'll say that you have a
I don't
separate ink and quill that you can pull out.
Okay.
It's just gonna be hard for a common diary. But yeah.
Yeah.
So you pull out your ink and
So
quill.
I start to write about the adventures of today, and all of my writings are to my wife. Like in my brain when I'm writing it explaining everything to my
like
wife.
letters.
Like letters.
How do you start each one?
Dear Kitty. Happy Spiritual.
Sure. It's your wife.
I feel horrible. And then I go on, and that's how I start every single one. Recently. But I write everything about what we did, and it's kind of like, well, Craig does not know that he's doing this, but he's using like therapy tools of like explaining his emotions and then connecting why he feels certain things to events and to conversations, and it's kind of like relieving that that stress or the conflict he feels, and it's just kind of a tool to calm him down and ease his mind and ground himself.
Absolutely. And you feel the tension relieve a bit as you sort of divulge your emotions to the person you have for so many decades, even for the lack of her presence. And as the quill scribbles and scratches on the paper in your dwarven runic, each time that the quill just sort of across the parchment, as the ink sort of spills out of the tip of the quill and like floods the page on a tiny level, like water meeting earth, and as it spreads outward, it's like you can feel a little bit of the tension releasing as you write, and it concludes at some point. And how many pages would you say are filled in this
I'd say like
diary?
front and back.
Front to back are filled?
Huh?
Front to back are filled?
No, like the front and back of a page.
Like
Of one page
He's
has been
asking
filled
how
in
much of the diary
Yeah,
you've
so just
written in,
one.
Micah.
Completely. I'd say like I'm if you think of it in 4 sections, I'm like 2/4 of the way through.
Okay, so about halfway through. Yeah.
Yeah, so halfway. Yeah.
It's okay. Fractions. And how many pages would you say are in the diary total?
Oh my gosh, I don't know how many are normally in a diary.
I mean, I can give you a number if you like.
Yeah, that'd be great.
this one
We'll
has
call it like
100.
an 80-page diary.
This is 100.
That's 100. That's 100.
I think so.
Can I say 100?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay, it's about 50 pages full.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it closes at some point. You re-put up the implements. You sit there for a moment. How are you feeling having written in the diary?
I feel relieved,
Okay.
but I am now to the point of making amends with people. So I've explained like, okay, I've done this wrong. Like, I have messed up in this way, and instead of wanting to withdraw and like hide and feel ashamed, I'm coming to terms with what I did and wanting to do something about it, but everyone's asleep, so I'll wait until the morning.
Gotcha. For whatever it's worth, Tello is still awake, as is the old lady. The couple have laid down. They've gotten out one bedroll, and they've sort of laid the coat over them. They look a little bit ridiculous because as the guy spoons the woman, like not only is she smaller than him, but she's a dwarf, so she takes up like this much of him. But they're just sort of like a lump of shadows as the fire dances across them, and the fire sort of dances in front of you, reflecting in your eyes in a very different way now. And there's something about its warmth that takes you back to that first sunrise that you saw in Port Wisconsin, where the golds made you think of your wife's dirty blonde hair. And there is simultaneously a warmth, and also you can feel the warmth of fire in front of you as you think about who she is. And you can feel the cold of the night behind you as you think about both the distance that she has to you now and the distance that has been put between you, both by her and it's up to you whether or not Craig is necessarily putting together his own impetus in that, but you can feel the cold in the distance. Bazz, your sleep feels very restful. Honestly, you're just out.
Can I say that
And
I'm like holding my staff and like curled around it almost.
Okay. You're holding
Yeah.
the staff?
Like I fall asleep holding on to it.
Odds or evens, Bazz?
Odds, because he's an odd fellow.
Not another forest fire.
That's a
I
9.
don't know.
So you got it. You got
Yeah.
the 9. As you sleep, Bazz, you have strange dreams. Weird ones. They're beautiful, but they're uncomfortable. It's like being near the edge of a great waterfall. Actually, many of your dreams are like that. Your first dream is standing near the edge of a fire. You can feel the heat, and it's like you're in the field in front of you. And it's the wildfire from today. And it's sort of in front of you, burning outward. But as it burns around you, you find your feet can't move, and it burns past you. And for a moment in the dream, you feel panic. But as the fire touches you and licks up your legs, it doesn't hurt. It's just kind of warm. And as you study the fire more closely, you realize that the grass is dancing with the waves of the flame. And they're not burning each other. They're just alive together. And eventually you see some green light in your dream from like a black void above you, not even a true sky. And as the water rains down and touches on your eyes, you open them again and you're standing at the edge of a waterfall. And each of your dreams are like this, where you're on the edge of something beautiful and threatening. And a couple times in the dream, you just hear dimly a voice say, "I guess we'll see." And otherwise, your sleep is deep and restful. After a time, Gretta, you hear the padding of footprints. And does Craig go to sleep at some point? I'm just asking. You can stay up if you want. Okay. So Craig, you sleep.
He like kind of puts his shoulder on Bazz's. No, sorry, his head on Bazz's shoulder
Okay.
in a very subtle manner of like.
Okay, so you have to go and like, oh, so you lay right down next to Bazz.
Because I was sitting
Craig
next
has
to
to have
him
a pillow.
when I-
Gotcha. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Eventually, you hear the padding of feet, Gretta, and Tello comes up and joins you. And he's taken his boots off. And he walks with bare feet, and he sits down in the dirt and sand near the riverbed and puts his feet in the water next to yours, so that like he's a bit behind you, because for him to sit down on the shoreline, there's some distance because he's taller, but his feet are in the water and the water's rushing over them. And his knees are up closer to his chest, and he's got his arms crossed over them, and he's looking up at the stars. And he just sort of says, "Why do you think the gods chose to make so many of them?"
I think if I was making stars, I think I would make 1 and maybe 2, and then I'd say they're just so pretty, I don't think I could stop.
Greg said that you saw the world differently. Do you think the moons miss each other in the summers?
Maybe maybe they move like that because they miss each other, and then it's too close, and then they leave, and then they miss each other again, so they come back. Maybe they move like that on purpose. Maybe they get tired of each other and then miss each other again.
That's funny. I always imagined it as something was pulling them apart. I've never thought about it as their own choice. And he just sort of sits there, quietly with you, just in silence, as the water rushes over like your feet, first over yours and then to his. After a bit, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, he pulls his feet out of the water and stands up and says, "That was really impressive today with the fire."
It was scary. It was really scary.
Yes, it was. Good to have a cleric, huh?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Greta doesn't feel like a cleric. So she's like, oh my gosh, what?
And he just smiles down at you and walks back to the group.
I'm gonna follow.
Okay. He pulls out his own bedroll and lays it out. And he sets it down under the fire, near, equidistant to everyone, but very much on his own, and sort of closer to the river. And as he lays out the bedroll, he goes, I will take the first watch.
Sounds good.
He sits up. I'll watch them dance. He looks up at the stars. And you go to sleep. Eventually, at some point in the evening, Craig, you feel a hand touching your shoulder.
Huh?
And Tello's standing over you and he goes, your turn for watch.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Have you done this before?
Yeah.
Have I done this?
I mean, no.
No?
Roll an insight check. Or no, I'll roll it. I can do his stats.
Do you know what his modifier is?
Yeah, I've got a sheet.
Oh, cool.
Oh, shoot. That's a terrible roll, though. And he just goes, all right. Okay. He smiles.
Just
and
because I mean,
he stops like halfway from walking away. Yes.
maybe we've been like watching differently. What kind of system do you have?
So you just watch to make sure no one comes upon us in the evening, maybe for 2 or 3 hours, and then you wake up someone else and they take a watch.
Okay. And Craig's brain is like 2 or 3 hours. Oh my gosh.
And as he gets almost all the way back to his spot, he stops and he looks back and he goes, you know, you might be the most appropriate person to have the rings. Because today you really got an idea of what they could do if you use them irresponsibly.
Thank you.
Discomfort goes with growth, right?
Yeah.
And he just lays down and like has to push the dirt off of his feet with each other feet, and he does it like off the edge of the bed because I mean you guys walked around in the dirt, your feet are dirty, and so he has to like kick his feet together and kick some of the dirt off.
Human.
And as he sleeps, he leaves his feet off of the bedroll so that they don't get the dirt on it.
You know
He's so clean.
You know that vine that's like, I do that. That's just what happened in my
And
head.
he,
So I do that all the
do
time.
that.
I do that every single
And
day.
he falls asleep. Craig, could you make a perception check for
It's kind of freaky.
I have horrible perception.
him? That's the most like barely intentional dice roll I've ever seen in my life. You don't.
Okay, that was actually an 18. But hold on, let me look at
Okay.
perception again because I
Positive
cannot
modifier for you. I believe it's like a +2 or
I think
+3.
it's like a maybe a +1.
Might be.
Wait a minute. No, it is a +3. So
I don't know why I know that.
I don't want to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's like a 21. Craig, you have a very clear watch on the night. It's just a beautiful, it's just a beautiful quiet evening, and your watch passes fairly uneventfully. Do you wake anyone else up for their watch, or do you simply go to sleep after you're done?
Oh crap! What time is like? No, not what time, but like.
Make an intelligence check. General
You
intelligence.
know I have a -1 in intelligence.
Still a check.
That's 16.
Okay. You get the feeling it's probably like wee hours of the morning. Another watch might take it to sunrise if it's 2 or 3 hours. You're not sure when, but it's just a general feeling.
I feel like because Craig's never done this before,
Sure.
he does not know to get another person.
So after a while, you're like, that's the right time. And you just lay back down and you go to sleep. Okay. And eventually, the night gives way to a sunrise. And you all wake to the sounds of, well, is anyone here like a super early riser?
Oh,
Gretta is
Bazz
not.
is definitely
we know that.
an early riser.
Okay. Bazz, you're up first. Well, and as you get up, you see that Tello is also awake. And as you wake up, he's like sort of rubbing his feet with like a small, I mean, a handkerchief would be the wrong word, but just a small cloth. And he's getting his boots on. And he just sort of smiles to you, and the sun is painted with, the sky is painted with an array of gentle hues as the sunrise is just beginning to start. And he says, so you talked about magical food, huh?
Yeah, I can do magical food.
I could do with some of that if you want. And slowly but surely, Tello walks around and wakes up both of you guys. Just like, gently touches you all awake. Bazz, do you cast
I have
Goodberry?
to prepare it as one of my spells.
Okay. Also, if you two want to prepare any different spells.
What spells do I have?
Well,
So,
not you.
is role playing
I know.
Yes.
It was sarcasm because I'm a barbarian.
eating something we're usually gonna do, or is this just because we're in a survival situation?
Well, I am establishing a trend. so that in the future we can just sort of be like, we do the morning thing,
Yeah.
right? But establishing it as a regular activity gives the pretense for seamlessly moving into using it in intentional moments in the future.
Okay.
So like we can pass a lot of meals, basically just like I cannot even mention it, but because we've established that like meals can be done this way, that gives us room in the future to very seamlessly pick it up as a normal activity.
Okay. And so this is a first level
That
spell.
makes sense.
Oh man, what?
Cold person. That's so sweet. Anyway.
And how many
What?
spell slots can I have in my first level? Mr. Druid, I just want to make sure I'm not shooting myself in the foot if I don't
No,
have
it's okay.
to.
It's okay. It's okay. Druids have, I want to say 4, but let me check.
I don't know what these spells do, so I'm just gonna pick ones that kind of sound cool.
Dude, do it. You have 4 first level spells,
So I'm just gonna ask.
spell slots.
I have a question. So when I'm preparing spells, I'm just gonna write down the spells. So I have 9 spell slots.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna write down 9 spells.
Yes.
And
And
those
they
are-
can be any amount from first or second level. They just have to add up to 9 in total.
Gotcha.
Wait.
And spider climb. And
Spider
augury.
climb and augury are automatic. So what I would do is I would find a way to match the ones that you get from your domain, mark them as ones that are just sort of always there
Sick. Okay.
automatically. So Bazz, do you cast Goodberry?
Yeah, I'm going to. I'm just. How many prepared spells can I have?
I believe you can also have spellcasting modifier plus your druid level, but let me check. Craig, do you do anything in the morning as you wake up?
I think I'm gonna go. Like, is there a way I could like? Nope. Wait, never mind. I am not gonna go bathe in the river. I have tried bathing
For
before.
whatever it's worth, Craig, there's a lot of river. It wouldn't be hard to walk off quite a ways, bathe and return. You can if you like. It's up to you.
I am not taking this chance. I will enjoy the stink, and I will not try this again.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Okay, yeah, I prepared Goodberry.
I'm not gonna make you any rolls if that's what you're asking. But yes, it's your wisdom modifier plus your druid level, Bazz.
Okay. So I can have 9 spells prepared total.
Yes.
Okay. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Do we have a Bozzy boy? Or do you have a lot of healing spells?
No, I only have 1.
What was that laugh?
The 3 individuals wake up and they begin getting out items to like prepare a breakfast. They start getting out some food. The older lady pulls a skillet out from her pack, hands it to the younger dwarven woman. You get the feeling they've done this a couple times. Bazz, I'm not going to make you get into it too much, but do you
Yeah,
cast
and I made
Goodberry?
10 of them.
Okay, so they appear in your hand, and I assume you let everyone know that, like, hey, eat
Yeah.
this. Okay, so Bazz goes around and passes out these berries, and as everyone eats one, what do they taste like? Bazz?
They taste like what is a native fruit that would be around? You know, in the essence of trying that tea and liking it, they taste like peaches.
Okay, so each of you have a peach flavored berry, a small little purple berry, and as you pop it in your mouth, it bursts a little
Like
bit.
a boba.
And it tastes really sweet and good. And then after you swallow it, you suddenly feel completely full, like no desire for breakfast, even after the activity of the previous day. And as Tello sort of chews and swallows, he goes, "My friend, that is an incredible trick."
Well, if we take care of the land takes care of us. And honestly, that didn't have anything to do with the land. I just
I'm sorry.
Craig.
I am not taken care of by the land.
that was a piece of advice and also a jab at Craig. So
Tello simply continues and says, "Well, there's been a lot of signals so far that I'm with the wrong group, but that feels like a right one, huh? So I take it we continue on.
absolutely,
No?
I think that's a great idea.
Okay. I'll get our items together." And he begins loading up the horses. The older lady comes and finds you at some point in the morning, Greta. However groggy you may or may not be, as we've seen from previous episodes.
Rolling on the ground.
Okay. And she just she walks up and goes, sorry to wake you, young lady, but thank you for yesterday. I feel much better.
Greta nods, and she kind of nods a little too much and then makes herself dizzy.
She just leans forward and pats your head a little bit and goes, take your time, sweetie. Have a good time.
Aww.
She gets up, she walks away. Everyone loads up their stuff and says, the dwarven woman turns to you, Craig, the other dwarf, and says, thank you for giving us some protection in the evening.
Yeah, no problem.
How much further to Porto Splendison? You are aware that you guys rode for maybe like 5 hours total.
It's about like 5 hours.
He has a big smile on her face, and she looks up at the man, and he smiles too as he looks down at her. And he goes, that is very good news. Thank you.
I'm glad I can give you that news.
Yes. Safe travels for you.
You too.
And he just sort of like reaches out a hand to shake it. And, and he goes, firm grip. And they wave to you, and the old woman catches up with them, and they begin walking off down to
wait.
They stop and turn
Make
around.
sure to stop by the Warm Hearth. They have some great food and great music, and it's just a safe place with great people.
The three sort of like look at each other, and he looks to you. Thank you. And they wave, and they head off down the road.
I love advertising.
I was about to say, Craig, you can take a point of marketing. Gain proficiency in selling out. I'm just kidding. But otherwise, at some point, you guys can be ready for travel. And you can, the horses eat, they drink, take huge dumps. And everybody gets ready to
How
Good
big of
to
a dump
know.
does Craig's
sit
horse
back
take?
toward their drink.
That was the most important information.
I'm not going to. Do you guys, once you guys are all mounted up and ready to roll for the day, do you attempt to ford the river? Do you work your way back to the road to cross over?
Let's swim through it. Let's just ruin Zachary's plan.
He just hasn't had it hard
I
enough.
think
What were the
casting
options again?
massive fireballs into a flammable ocean of glass is a good way to do that. Respectfully. Actually,
I
disrespectfully.
need to give like the listeners something really interesting,
Were you going to say something else, Landon?
I honestly do not know how this adventure would have kept going if Zachary did not allow us to prepare, create, or destroy water.
So,
That was freaky.
Oh,
well,
I'm
it's
never
all
taking
good.
that out of we could be in the middle of an ocean. I'd be like, oh.
The ocean's where you need it the most, because once the boat's on fire, then you're really screwed. But anyway, trust me, I've had parties be there. Looking at you, Andrea. But it's okay, she doesn't listen. So the horses make their way back to the road. You guys pass over the road, then back away from it. You move forward. It's like this for maybe a whole next half of the day. You stop and have a next meal at some point. You continue to ride, and you guys make it about halfway through your next day. And I would like one of you guys to make a perception check for me.
I will make one.
just
No,
one of us, or
wait,
can
she
we
should.
each do?
Can I
Can I assist?
Hey,
Sure, yeah, give assistance.
I'm
I have
assisting you.
assistance? Okay. Well,
Do you
roll
feel
with me.
assisted?
Okay.
Do you feel like I'm
Yay.
helping?
I'm kidding. I do.
He's learned how to watch people and watch for things now. His eyes get really big.
Investigation, perception,
Perception, sorry.
19.
Okay.
See?
Um,
So helpful.
as you look out over this day, as opposed to
It's not you.
the previous day, the sky is still very light blue, but it lacks the previous day's clouds. And it has instead well, okay, so as you're moving forward and riding on your horses, Gretta, from in front of Bazz at some point, behind the moving neck of the horse that shall not be named, which I assume we'll name next session, you can see the shadow of a cloud in front of you in the distance. But then after a moment, you realize that there aren't clouds in the sky. First of all, I'm sorry, as a note that I missed, up on your left toward the north, you all can see in the far distance, deep wells of green.
You said
dark.
to the north?
Yes, of a much deeper green than the grass, which is a very light green. You can see darker shades, and it looks like in the far distance. Craig, this is the first time you've ever seen one of these. Bazz, to you and Greta, it's a very familiar sight. It looks like forest off to the northeast.
Oh my gosh.
And you get the feeling that you are making your way toward La Mer Libre, at least the bordering areas of it, at quite a distance. It looks like it might be almost another half day's travel because it's very far off into the horizon. But it's more toward the southeast where no one's looking, that you see this shadow moving across the land. and you can notice a great pool of color moving in a direction. So you notice this, Greta. Do you inform anyone? Do you do anything about it?
I'm gonna point it out to Bazz.
Wow.
Can you describe
Okay.
it one more
Not-
time,
you were
Zachary,
not
what
on
it
the
looks
same
like?
horse.
Yeah, you're not here for this.
Me
So
telling me nothing
you
to you.
can say something about it.
Mhm.
Say something to Bazz. Bazz, she points this out to you. You can see it in the distance.
Can you describe it one more time?
Yes. It looks like the shadow of a cloud moving, but no cloud is present. A darker
What
shape
color
in the
is it?
landscape. Like a dark gray. It's kind of hard to make out from this distance.
Does it look like smoke?
Doesn't no. So to be clear, it's not rising. It's just on the ground, like the shadow of a cloud moving across the landscape. But, just on
But
the
there's not a
ground.
cloud.
Nope.
Okay,
How
yeah, I
far
want to
away was
look at it. I want to look at it.
Far, like half mile almost. out
I
in the
want to.
distance.
I want.
And the elevation slopes slightly down in front of you all.
I want to
Yes,
hold onto
Bazz.
my staff, and stare at the emerald, and I'm gonna cast detect magic with my staff.
Oh, sick.
Okay. Mark off the spell slot.
Well, not a spell slot.
I
Oh, well, I mean
can-
a charge. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Oh, is that one of the charges from the staff?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so so you can mark off the charge. Sorry, I thought it was a prepared spell. And you become aware of all sources of magic within, I believe, 30 feet.
30 feet.
I believe that is correct.
Oh man, I need to get better player knowledge.
That's okay. It's practice. We are 4th level casters. It is all good. 30 feet. You become very certain that there is no source of magic within 30 feet of you other than the items you... Ooh. Actually, hold on. Sorry. Give me just a second here. Bazz, you see yourself light up. You see the symbol around Gretta's neck light up. You can see a dim light from within her satchel from where the spyglass to be. You see the rings. Craig, have you put the rings back on your hand or are they still in your pocket?
They're in my pocket.
Okay. So you can see a light from Craig's pocket. And I won't describe every color yet. And because you know that those are probably the rings, you can see a light, a very bright light coming from his satchel, which you know to be the orb. Or maybe like a pack or whatever you have. It is worth noting, Tello very dimly lights up, as does something from one of his pockets. You're not sure what. And then your staff is nearly blinding to look at.
Okay.
And you're aware of those sources of magic, but it occurs to you that whatever it is in the distance is far too far away to light up in your vision.
And what color does Tello light up as?
So Tello, he kind of looks like... Have you ever seen a prism refract through a window and you get like the many shades, like the rainbow of color, but it's very faint and dim as light passes through the window panes? He very faintly lights up many different shades. Very, very faintly. Almost so much so that as they all blend together, you can only make out the slightest difference of hues and it almost just looks like a general white light. Or like a blending together of different colors.
Interesting. Okay.
And the
Yeah.
object from his pocket is a pale blue, I want to say. It's either that or a red. And I'll check later.
Please be pale blue, because that's what I was guessing.
I think it's a pale blue.
Yeah.
So that you see that immediately around you, but it doesn't avail anything about the shadow in the distance.
Okay. Well, I thought I could do something, Greta, but I can't see that far. I was gonna see if I could tell if that was magical, but I can't tell.
Can I want to do a nature check and just see if it's doing anything to like
Natural.
the landscape
Okay, sure.
or the critters.
Okay. Nature check. It's gonna be a high DC because it's very far
Yeah.
away.
Can I use my inspiration?
Sure. Mark it off the sheet.
Okay, that's a nat
It's a
20.
nat 20.
Yeah,
Holy crap. So
plus-
what is that?
Wow.
So 24.
24.
Holy cow.
Gee. Roll, mark off the inspiration.
Yes.
Nothing's more powerful than
Um,
Abby at the end of an episode.
I mean, I really shouldn't I should just not let you roll at the end of episodes.
Take away my dice.
Last 10 minutes, hand me the trick.
You have to do a
It's
cartwheel for your skill
very
check.
far away.
Mhm.
So you have trouble putting together a lot.
Mhm.
But you do see that, I'll tell you what, yeah, it's a 24. you put together two things. Whatever it is looks very unnatural. The other thing that you put together is you start to see many white small dots in the sky moving upward, and you realize that they're birds moving away from whatever this thing is, very slowly moving across the landscape. So some animals appear to be moving away. Put that together.
Okay. And they're moving like they're flying away from the shadow.
Yeah, they're small flocks of birds very high in the sky. It must be huge birds to be able to see them from that height, but they're moving away.
And Craig doesn't notice this at all.
Craig hasn't noticed. No one's informed Tello and Craig. You guys just moving forward on the horses. Are you guys do anything else?
I'm gonna let Craig. I'm gonna point. I'm gonna point and be like, Tello, Craig, do y'all see that?
Tello sort of puts a hand above his eyes and strains. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
What is that? Turns to you.
I have no idea what that is.
Danger sense? Could that do anything? Could I
Your
feel
danger sense
danger?
does not go off. That's
No.
also not what danger sense is, but that's okay.
It's not.
Gives
I
you
don't know.
advantage on initiative checks,
Oh,
Dang,
which is pretty
okay.
amazing, but does not correspond to
Alright.
this scenario.
Oh man. Well. Okay, I also remember that when we were with the Countess, I was looking for magical things. What is the range
You have
on
an
that?
ability where you can sense magical items nearly close around you, and I think you can either use it once for short rest or once per long rest.
Okay.
So you can use that if you'd like to. You remember it was pretty close range, maybe about 30 feet. Maybe
not gonna
a
work.
direct analog to the detect magic spell.
The
Yeah.
one I just
So
tried
I
and
need
didn't
to-
work.
Okay.
I mean, you
so,
can see magical stuff, but you're not gonna. It's very nearby.
Yeah. Oh well. I'm gonna be like, guys, those birds are moving away. We should probably I don't know, avoid it.
I mean, it's
I
pretty,
trust
it's pretty far
birds.
out of our way anyway.
Is it heading towards us?
No,
DM?
it's very. It's extremely slow movement. But whatever this dark mask is in the distance, it's definitely moving south. And your path is headed north, and it's moving slightly east of you all. And while you're both going east, but at two different vectors.
I'm gonna keep my eye on it.
Okay. And Tello sits back in the saddle and he goes, I mean, I'm along for y'all's journey, but you're not even a little bit curious?
I'd be down to go look.
Looks at you, Bazz. What about you?
Yeah, I want to go check that out.
Y'all are wacky, but I want to go with you guys.
Greg, I'm sorry. And he reaches over your shoulders and grabs your reins. I think that's a vote.
Oh.
and the horse. Okay, so you guys continue on for quite some
I
time.
like to.
You guys move on like this. You have to ride for maybe
45 minutes. No.
20 minutes.
Oh, really?
It's a long time. But eventually you guys get far enough out that you can make something out in a bit better detail.
Sorry.
It's still quite far away, maybe not quite 1,000 feet off, but very far off in the distance ahead of you. You guys all kind of suddenly come together to the realization of what it is. I'm just going to make a quick note. You guys don't need to be scared every time I write something down. I'm just recording details about future
I'm
sessions.
actually afraid.
Um,
I'm actually afraid.
I'm sorry, do you hear that music? I'm afraid.
Zachary puts on the scary music, writes down a note, and then warns us, don't worry, guys. Don't be afraid.
I'm just writing down details.
Anyway.
Just having a thought.
Anyway, as Landon
It's a
loves to make
grocery
fun of me
list.
saying. As you guys look out far into the distance, you guys all come to the realization of what it is. You're very sure that you're not within visual range of this, but you guys put together... I'll tell you what, whoever wants to, make an intelligence check for me.
Wait.
You're all going to know what it is, but it's to figure something else about. It's just general intelligence.
I'm casting guidance on me
16.
before I
Make
do
intelligence.
this.
Intelligence too.
Okay.
Can I make intelligence?
Mark out
too?
the... that's a cantrip, right?
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I know so much about this made-up game.
I even with guidance, you said
I got
intelligence?
an 18.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 9.
Okay, that's okay because we got an 18 and a 16. You two are willing to bet. I mean, numbers aren't what either of you guys are specialized in, so it's a pretty high DC. But easily more than 1,000 people. And you can hear, even at this very far distance, very dimly, like a very far off, almost like the very soft roll of thunder. And it's movement of what must be at least 1,000 people. And you can see every once in a while in very occasional glints and reflections of light. As you get closer, you realize it's not dark gray so much as it is a very, very, very dark blue or black, almost like some, you know how metal can get into that range where it's almost kind of like blue or black or gray, but it's a more metallic color in that way. A very cool, cold reflection. And every once in a while with the glints of metal, you realize it's armor. And Craig, you recognize the shade that is very distinctly the color of Kefkin iron. And what is moving in front of you is an army of Kefkin troops, at least 1,000 strong. And you can see behind them a slightly different shade in the grass, where like thousands of square feet going backward in a thin column of the grass is being flattened down. And so it's a slightly lighter shade. And as they move forward in this like midday sunlight, they're headed somewhere southeast. But you can see, like occasionally like flocks of birds will fly up out of the grass in different directions, many hundreds of feet ahead of them. And you can see this huge force moving southeast somewhere.
We have to follow them.
Why?
We don't even know if he's
Tello
in
from
there.
behind you goes, my curiosity is say that you want to get closer now?
No. Keep a good distance.
How-
But we need to head in the direction they're going.
How do we even know if the guy we're looking for is there? I mean,
Hey, we don't have any information at all on where he is. But I can tell you that if we follow them from a good distance, we will find some kind of information.
But, I mean, big massive troop. Couldn't we just say, hey, big massive troop moving southeast? Is that enough information?
no, that's not
Like,
what they
are we done?
want.
What did the Countess task you to do?
She asked us to find us the location of a general, but you think we can assume that he's with
No,
them?
we can't. We
No.
don't know for sure.
Okay.
Because if we give them false information, they're going to think that we lied to them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they'll believe you. I just don't think the Countess is going to be satisfied with. Look, all I know, I worked for them for 2 years. I would go the extra mile with the Pommever, but that's my take. There's one important takeaway from all of this. It's not my head on the platter. And he just winks at you guys.
You're so funny.
Thank you. I know I am. I appreciate that. But seriously, I mean, I see your point, Craig. But also, there's so many different troops. What if it's not him? Look, you have a point. I'm just scared.
I know.
I don't know. What do
question is-
you guys think?
We don't know where we're going, though. Like, do we really know what the right way is? We're just following in the direction where the war is.
If we got closer to the war, we'd run into more people that have more rumors, more answers, and we
Yeah.
can we can keep in mind where this one is. And if we hear news that like, oh, the general's heading southeast, then we'll know that it's the massive group of people heading southeast. I say we
Yeah,
keep going.
you're
I
right,
say
Greta.
we note this down, and you know what we should do? We should write we should start taking notes of everything that we see, and then just give La Pommever like a notebook, or like
Everything.
yeah.
Paper's expensive.
Tello just leans back and starts rubbing his dark black goatee, and he's just listening. He's not writing it.
Look, I'll tell you what, I see your point of going and finding people who are not directly Kefkin, but can give us a lot of more information. Especially with you, Greta, I think that you are very good at convincing people with things. I don't know why, but I think
She's
that
very convincing.
she really is. So I think that if we go to people who could give us more information, we could figure it out. So, okay, I'm gonna take back what I said on following them. What do you think, Bazz?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is who we're looking for, right? Like, we're looking for them. But I also feel like if they've taken over the capital, like they said, I think the general would be there. Right?
You're right. Yeah.
So
I think we should take note of where these people are, and then
let's follow the trail of grass they left behind where they were marching from.
I like the plan where we don't get closer. Craig, history check.
You said that as you were getting out of the accent. It was kind of funny.
Thank you. Wow, that's high, right? Was that in that 20?
How's in that 20?
What's your modifier?
Wait. For what?
History.
History's -1.
Okay, 19. Man, it's funny because every time something's intelligence, it really takes I think both of your nat 20s have been intelligence, so it really cuts the legs out from under. Nat 20. Oh, 19.
Still pretty good.
Craig, you're from the Earth in Bloom, the place where Kefk has really established the empire. You've heard a pretty good amount of rumor about the different generals, and we'll decide at later dates what you haven't heard about everybody, but you've heard a bit about Vashnazan. And while you were a little fuzzy on the details a couple days ago, this close proximity is like bringing back some old conversations you've heard in a tavern or deep in the mines somewhere. And you've heard multiple people speak of the rumors that he loves to lead from the front. That while many generals command from behind, he's usually in the front of his columns. And he's usually the first to wade into any conflict that he brings his troops into. And you are often aware that, again, rumors, don't know that they're the case, but you've heard that where many generals take strategic positions, Vashnazan is often he's often a trailblazer for the empire, in that like when there's a new militant front, he's often placed at the front. And one of his most common tactics is to not only lead from the front, but push into new areas with troops. You recall these rumors.
He's the point on the arrowhead.
It's the point on the arrow.
Okay.
The terrible bloody point.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, seeing this group, I'm getting some memories back because I'm pretty familiar with the Kefkins because Biasta, all that stuff. Oh
Teller
my gosh.
nods knowingly.
But I know that this general in particular has a lot of pride, and he wants to be at the front. He wants to be, I guess, like the center, like the point of everything, and he's the one that pushes. He's the one that wants to lead. So wherever he is, it's not going to be like he's hiding. So I think that we should go to the capital where there's the biggest war. Again, these were just rumors that I heard like in the mines and being around those people, but I think that's what.
Wait, so you heard that he was at the front of everything, like going into new places, like the front of the force?
Yeah.
So wouldn't he be in that group then? If they're marching towards a new front, wouldn't he be in the front of that?
Are we sure that's the...
I mean, that looks like a pretty big force. If it looks like the big...
If it looks like a
bad.
shadow of a cloud.
What if we went, like you said...
How about this?
In his...
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Abby.
What if we followed
Who's
in
Abby?
his wake?
Sorry.
Gretta.
What if we followed in his wake and then talked to some, maybe there's remaining villagers, maybe we can find someone in that path of grass and follow the trail that they left and look for someone that can tell us. Because all we really need is to know where Vashlazan is.
Did the Countess tell you if you get eyes on him? Or to know about where he's been? I'm just clarifying.
Hey, DM. I honestly can't remember.
Okay. Make a history check.
I'm going to cast guidance on
I
myself
make a
because why
suggest-
not?
Okay. Welcome to being
Wait,
Winter.
well, have you don't make the roll yet? I'm gonna assist.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Hey, that's how to use the help action.
You're going to assist?
Okay, I'll roll. Yeah.
Because the question was asked to everyone, so you could absolutely be trying to recall.
Okay.
I'm pondering and I'm thinking.
Giving suggestions. What'd you get, Bazz?
I got a 16. I'm going to add my plus a 4, so that's an unnatural 20.
Wow. You do remember that the Countess did ask you to get eyes on Vashnazan. She didn't ask for his direction, she asked for his position.
We have to see
What do you
him.
mean by position?
We have to know where he
Like-
is and
Want to
see
know where
him.
he was.
Okay.
We saw him. Yeah.
We
Here's
didn't
Okay.
see him.
here's an
But I'm
idea.
saying we have to see
Oh,
him.
yeah.
I can wild shape into an animal that and I can run over there and see if I can move my way through the tall grass and see if I can get eyes on him.
That is really dangerous.
I don't know if we have a better option. There's nothing around them. There's no
What
way.
if they're hungry?
I mean, if you, like, a little mouse, like...
No, not a
they're just
mouse.
gonna
I was
complain about a
thinking,
little-
Tello, what's native around here? Like, what's something that wouldn't stand out, but that could hide in the grass?
There's a lot of foxes.
Okay. And I don't think
Confused.
anybody would be super concerned about a fox as long as I don't get in their way or
I mean, people like their belts, but as long as you stay on the grass, yeah.
Well, and you have to think like, I mean, do you think they have like casters or like anyone who would be able to tell?
I mean,
Like, what if they have detect
They
magic?
have crossbows.
what I
Yeah.
think, here's what I think. I think that if the general is there, then no one's going to split rank to hunt a fox, right?
Mm.
And maybe they have casters, maybe they don't, but
They don't cast that on every fox.
I can do some crazy stuff. I can get out of there if I have to.
Okay.
I can cause enough chaos to leave. Oh, it would ruin.
Why don't
it
you
would
be
ruin-
the man going off into the dark now, huh?
Okay. Okay.
We'll be following from that far back.
No, that
No?
sounds like a bad idea, yeah.
How far away are they?
I mean, it's just my opinion, but I mean, you know. They're like half mile out.
Okay, yeah, he could do that. Do you think you could? Should we get closer, Bazz, or do you think that's enough land that you can travel?
I feel comfortable at the quarter mile, but I don't want to get any closer.
I say I'll stay here. I'll go on ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, you know, like they say, Saloon be with you. And he just pats a hand on Bazz's shoulder and goes, and he says in Sylvan to you, Bazz, if nothing else, it was good to know you. Pats you on the shoulder.
And I say back, and you too. And you
He
too.
nods.
Take care of my horse if I
Bazz
die.
slips- He smiles.
Why
So
would
they
he-
say this in Sylvan, but he just laughs and goes, okay, yeah.
Did you say bury my horse if I die?
I mean, he said, take care.
Okay, so
and you guys don't speak Sylvan.
I
So, yeah.
I also take it's like a cloth out of my pocket,
Okay.
and I place it. I gesture for him to hold out his hands,
Okay, he does.
and I place it in there, and I unwrap it, and it there's a single seed on it,
He's down at it.
and I tell him in Sylvan, and I say, if I don't make it back, I need you to plant this, and tell them what happened.
He responded in Sylvan. Certainly. Who's them?
You hopefully won't have to understand, but I'll be back for it. But just in case anything happens, you plant it.
He closes his palm and opens up his vest and slides it inside in a pocket. And he goes, "If you don't come back, I will plant the plant and tell the plant."
Thank you very much. Okay. I look at you guys. I look at my horse.
The horse looks at you.
I look at my horse
Craig
a little
is tearing
longer.
up.
No, I'm just kidding. I nod, and I wild shape into a fox, and I disappear into the
There's a
grass.
spray of autumn-colored leaves, just and as they fall down, you vaguely make out a streak of orange that flies away from them and just disappears into the higher grass. Bazz, you're at a really good height for the fox because the grass comes up to like just about your shoulders,
Okay.
and Bazz is gone for a long time. Bazz, maybe you're a fox, so you can move very quickly for a very long time. Your stamina is fantastic. You're quick, and though this force is far away, it's not terribly quickly moving, or at least certainly not by a fox's standards. And after about 20 minutes, maybe you get there, very close. I'd like you to look up a fox, 5e fox.
I have
I
it.
can even Google it if you want to. Man, look at you being a good player. And I want you to make a perception check with the fox's stats.
Okay. Got a
Either
plus.
perception or investigation, your choice.
Got a +3 perception, so we're gonna do that.
It does make more sense.
Oh,
but I just wanted to give you the
22.
option.
22.
Oh,
What? Did you roll a nat 20?
No, I rolled a 19. It has +3.
Oh, okay. Okay, thanks for +2. Wow, that's fantastic. As you look out at the troops, it occurs to you all of a sudden that you don't know what General Vashnazan looks like.
I don't.
So that's challenging. But you do see as you get closer, there's many organized ranks. And the troops are moving in sections. Not quite perfect columns, but near. And There are many much larger figures near the center. You would guess maybe about more than somewhere between 5 and 10. And whoever they are, they stand 2 head and shoulders above all the other troops walking around them. Like, 10 feet tall? Maybe taller? Whoever these people are in the middle. And they have on armor the same color as the others. And again, it's very far out. You're looking at thousands of people. As you get close now, 1,500, maybe 2,000. A lot of Kefkins. And in the middle, there are these tall figures, whoever they are. And they're walking toward the front of this group, a smaller group of them in between the others. That's about everything you don't know what to make of that. That's about everything you make out.
Okay.
Why don't you make an insight check?
Insight
check.
So then I got a 17.
Okay.
I'll say.
You get the feeling that whoever's at the front, it looks important. So, Vashnadan himself, not Vashnazan, hard to say. You get the feeling that important information is involved with whoever those individuals are at the front. Maybe has something to do with him directly. Maybe it's near him. You just get the feeling that there's great importance here from what you're looking at.
Okay, can I see what he looks like or what it looks like?
You've made a perception check, an excellent perception check. If you want to get closer, you're going to have to get within like less than 100 feet of the columns. So like this group is many hundreds and hundreds of feet wide. Whoever these individuals are, they're near the front toward the center. So they're very far from the edge of these groups. So you'd have to get even closer. You'd have to get basically up to the soldiers on the edge to get a clearer look.
Yeah, I feel like I want to run a little bit closer.
Okay, make a stealth check.
And I can't cast another spell on me, can I?
I don't think you can cast on wild.
Plus, casting a spell is pretty risky. Okay, guys, here we go. Hot dice, you ready?
Oh my gosh.
Plus, new characters are always fun. So,
That's an 11.
Inspiration? Oh my gosh.
okay. Let me look up the
Do you have
passive
inspiration?
perception of a Kefkin soldier real quickly.
Can I gift Landon my inspiration?
You super cannot.
Just pray really hard.
Would you like to know what the passive perception of a Kefkin soldier is?
Yes, I would.
Boss. It's 10.
Oh, Zachary.
So,
Zachary.
Bazz, you like sort of in your foxen way, your shoulders come up and they do that thing where you can watch each individual shoulder blade pad up in front of the other. And after a moment, like you step in a patch of grass and there's a squeak and a mouse off into a grass intersection. You flinch, your ears twitch to either direction, and you look back to them, and there's just this huge from the forces. Nobody seems to pay you any mind. And you get within maybe like 30 feet of the main bodies of these people. Now it gets even harder because now you're like below them.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell, but you get up ahead and you can see the individuals approaching from a distance. I want you to make another perception check. It's slightly lower DC now. You're
Okay.
much closer.
Oh my gosh.
They're still hundreds of feet away, so it's going to be hard to make out close
18.
details, but you can get some more. Sorry?
18.
That's really good. You see almost every race you've ever seen made up in the troops walking toward you, each with many thousands of expressions under their armor. You can make out the Kefkin armor now. That'll tell you what, I won't spend too much time explaining now, but we can describe it next session if we need to. But these larger individuals in the middle, they're still wearing that dark, so dark blue as to be almost black Kefkin iron armor. And the I actually forget the exact number, but it's between 6 and 8. But there's these individuals walking in the center of all of these troops moving forward. And you realize now, oh yeah, like 10 or 11 feet tall, each of them. And Bazz, I want you to make a nature check for what you're looking at.
Oh,
And
that
then
is
you
a
can make
23.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
Well, you know
gosh.
exactly what you're looking at. I want you to make a history check.
Oh my gosh.
And it's going to be a lower DC because you have just spent months with Gretta.
History. What's my history? Oh, this isn't as good.
It's really tall.
12.
Well, the DC was 10.
Okay.
So you are just eking it out this evening by inches. You have heard Gretta talk about Hashas. You have heard her talk about Wazgo. The kingdom of orcs, ogres, and goblins, where the stereotypes for those peoples falls away, and there are small populations of orcs, goblins, and ogres who take on much more civilized akins to society. And many of the ogres who come from those regions have dark gray skin, dark and light grays, instead of like the tans that you usually get with ogres. And you realize that you're looking at 6, 7, 8 ogres walking in rank file with this armor. They have huge jowls. You can make out just in the finest detail from this distance, large tusks protruding. Each of them is, you've heard, well, 23, you've heard that ogres are often very bulbous and overweight. Each one of these individuals is extremely cut. When I say they look like giant gray bodybuilders, I mean it. You can see that there's some females, some males, and each one of them have the biggest weapons you've ever seen in your life. One of them looks like they have an 8-foot sword on their back. Another, a hammer, the head of which looks like it's bigger than Craig, or like the size of him. Another has a full ballista on its back. You know what a ballista is?
Yeah, I know what a ballista is.
Yeah, it looks like a ballista was pulled off a ship and used as this thing's crossbow as it's walking with it on its back. And these individuals are walking with grim expressions. And in between them, you see another figure walking. Very pale, white skin, marks all over. Again, very far off, hard to make out a bunch of really specific details. You know what a Goliath is.
Yeah.
So you know that this individual is a Goliath. Big John is big. That's why he's called Big John. But in this moment, Bazz, actually make an intelligence check for me.
Oh, gosh.
Lower DC, because you've just really nailed these perception checks.
Man, this was a good
Got a
move.
4.
Okay, hard to guess the
not
height,
a good
but
move.
definitely bigger than Big John. This individual looks, again, hard to guess the exacts, but you're willing to bet this individual has maybe like a foot or two on Big John.
Wow.
And you know Big John was almost 7 foot. You didn't know a person could get that big. But when I say you see the single buffest individual you've ever seen, I mean like Schwarzenegger. And in the most terrifying, horrifying way. And the individual you can see has no armor on, just one single iron metal pauldron on a shoulder, a leather strap going across the impossibly muscular chest, a single iron circle here on the left pectoral, and no weapon on the back. And you can't see a whole lot below, maybe like midway down the chest, because the heads of other soldiers obscure from there. But these individuals are walking in the middle of this group, and this force is moving slowly forward.
As soon as I see that, I'm gone. Like I
Okay. Craig, Gretta, and Tello, you guys wait for 40 minutes. No Bazz. And it is a uncomfortable, tense silence as you all wait there. And eventually you hear and into the middle, a fox runs into the middle of the two horses.
And
do you unwild shape?
I unwild shape.
Okay. Flurry of leaves, and Bazz stands up. And Tello goes.
I saw him. I got within 30 feet of the soldiers, and I was about 120 feet away from him. But I can't imagine that anybody else who that would be with, except for the person they're looking for. He was a foot or two bigger than even Big John, a Goliath. He carried no weapons. He had no armor on.
Gosh.
He was humongous. We have to go. We have to go right now. If they're we have to go right now.
Tello looks to you, Craig. Do you know what he looks like? You got a 24. I'm gonna let you make another history check at advantage, because you rolled phenomenally on the first. So there's a lot of grounds for Craig to know something.
Okay, so I'm making a history.
Mhm.
Advantage. You said advantage, right?
Advantage? Okay. So I roll again. It's a 6. Can I use inspiration?
Sure. You have inspiration?
Yeah.
Okay. You have
Well,
to mark it off.
the highest I got was a 13.
Okay.
What's your modifier?
I promise I'm not throwing you a bone. With 3 of the 5 generals, that would fail. But there are 2 who are extremely famous for their appearances. It's Dolgoth and it's Vashnazan. That's definitely Vashnazan. because
Sick.
you have heard of the giant Goliath. You have heard that you've heard wild rumors about he's 6 foot tall, he's 7 foot tall, he's 8 foot tall. You've heard some people say he's 9 foot tall. Someone that big, no armor, that's the Earthrender.